All right, what up? I want to tell the story of this time I rode my bike and my worst injury with a bike, basically, as of yet. One thing people have to realize if they ever want to ride a bike, or if they want to get good at something that requires physical, like, I don't know the word, but like anything physical you want to get good at, running, swimming, biking, what else? Hell, even if you want to play like professional esports, you have to lose your tournaments here and there in order to win them. Just like a bike, you have to crash it in order to get good at riding it. So this story takes place before I was in this house. I was riding literally one of my neighbor's bikes. I didn't really have a bike yet. I was around I don't even really know what age I was. I was like, I'm gonna say 11. Pretend I was 11. I was 11. I had the neighbor gave me his bike, and my house was down this little rock hill, and that was like a perfect thing to ride bikes because it would go super fast down it like a roller coaster, right? Um, I grabbed his bike, rode it down the not necessarily steeper, but it's more of like a flat angle down. However, there's like these like I guess you could say speed bumps to prevent the cars from going super fast down it. So you're just boom, boom, you're bouncing and stuff. And I wasn't really good at riding bikes down the thing. I couldn't even brake really. His bike. I don't think his bike had brakes because if they did, I would have used them. I think I just wanted to go fast, or his bike had no brakes. But I rode his bike down, like a, I would say it's like around this angle, like that angle of hill, maybe like that. It's like it's not steep, but it's enough to pick up like enough to pick up some speed going down it, right? Um, I grabbed the bike, went down the hill, rode down the hill, and I went really fast, and I literally was a beginner, so I was riding it and I was losing control because when a bike goes fast and you turn like a little bit, the thing, like if you lose control, if a bike is going fast, you're cooked. You're done for. You can barely see my head. You're cooked. You're done for if you lose control of your bike, right? Don't mind all the flashing and stuff. I'm watching TV right here. My TV's on right here. I have it on mute so you don't hear it. Um. So yeah, I lost control of the bike and I crashed into a tree. Thank God I don't have a tree branch in my eye socket. You know, I don't have a tree branch stuck up my nostril, touching my brain. I don't have a tree branch impaled through my skull. Thank God. So I crashed into a tree, and the tree branch hit my arm. So what happened? There was a tree branch, and I crashed into the tree. Boom! I didn't hit my head or anything. The bike basically took the hit for me, but it was a G-force whiplash thing. I was fine. The only problem, the branch. It was obviously branches be sharp. It started here. I crashed. Boom! My hand on the wheel crashed, and the tree branch, like when I crashed into the tree and I went full speed into it, the branch said and it cut that. It didn't cut it that deep, but it was enough to make me bleed in many spots. I didn't go to no hospital, didn't get no stitch. It wasn't a deep wound. It was really just a really big scratch. Like, but that was the worst bike injury I've had. Nothing past that actually made me, I guess you could say, bleed. My brother though, he fell. He hit like his lip here, and he had to go get stitches. He had to go to the ER for that. But me, I didn't have to go nowhere. I just put like 3 bandages. By three, I mean like 9 bandages on it, because it was bleeding in one spot, and then one spot, and then one spot, and then one spot. It was weird. Yeah, it was crazy. It hurt. It hurt like hell, but it's over now. I don't have the scar. I'll be having scars for a long time. Yeah, I don't have the scar no more. Also, in the same area, actually, it's still there. When I was little, I know this should be a different story time, but this is short. When I was little, my mom was cooking and she made me like get something on the stove, and my forearm, hit the hot stove, and I burned myself right there. I can still see it. You guys probably can't see if I show you, but there's a scar there. That stayed there. And the other scar, the scratch, it stayed there for a while, but it eventually healed. I fell on my knees once with the bike, but that's not bad. You know, your knees get purple, it hurts, it's whatever, it's done. Um, what else? Oh yeah, let me tell another story about the time I crashed a bike. It wasn't my worst. I wasn't even injured. I just crashed it. So because I'm stupid. So boom, I have a bike, and its tires need air. Our neighbors go to the gas station to fill up the bike for us for free. You know, cool neighbor, cool ass neighbor, right? He went, came back. I got the bike, and before that, when the bike tires had no air, and I went down the hill, right, the hill I was talking about, it did not go that fast, so I didn't even need to use my brakes. Also, keep in mind my brakes are broken, literally broken. They don't work on the bike when this is happening. So boom, I got the bike. The tires are full of air, and I take it down the hill, you know, to make things quicker. I use my feet to stop the bike. That's later. So I go down the hill. I know I immediately, I'm talking within a half second in, noticed how fast it was, and the brakes couldn't do nothing. Like, I had my hand, like my, it's always the right brake, the brake that stops the wheel behind you in the back. That's always the brake that gets weared out the most, right? So I have my hand on the brake, and even that does nothing. And the front brake, I don't even think that works too, because I would have used that. Well, I don't actually. I don't think the bike I was riding had a front brake. I don't think it had a back brake. But yeah, because it wasn't a mountain bike. It was like a normal, just like kid's bike. But I rode it down the hill very fast. I couldn't stop, and there was like this little stone brick lodge thing. It was like I don't know what it was. It was just a bunch of bricks forming a line, like that divided me and the neighbors' houses. We were next to each other. I crashed into that. I did a whole front flip off the bike, and yeah. I mean, I wasn't injured, not even a scratch. I just hit my back kind of weird. Literally crashed. You know, I tried to stop with my feet. Like, my feet skidded across the rocks, and it did not do nothing. I still hit it dead like that. And it would have been worse if the bike flew up with me and I said that action. But no, I really just let go of it, and I like flew over the thing. I didn't hit none of the bricks or anything. I was fine. That was a more sick injury. Not, oh, it's not an injury. It was more of a sick crash because you did a whole front flip off of it. Front flip off of it. I can't talk because I'm tired. But yeah, you gotta crash your bike in order to get good at it. I'm pretty sure everybody that had a bike as a kid or right now, they be crashing it here and there. They have to crash it in order to get good at riding it, because it shows you what to not do. One thing to not do is to not tell people that know how to fix your brakes that you need to fix your brakes. Always make sure your brakes are working. Always make sure your bike has air in its tires, just like a car. You know, basically treat your bike like a car, or like you're checking, make sure it's good, and then you're really set to go. Yeah, I'm scared that I have like my phone in like a angle. You can't really be seeing my forehead the way I sit. I mean, it doesn't matter. People can hear me. But yeah, that was just a couple stories from, well, just two stories when I was riding a bike and I had to crash it in order to get good at it. And now I'm still really good at it. Didn't crash it yet. And if I didn't crash it, I would usually fall off of it, but I would be okay. Oh yeah, another injury I hate, this is short. When I'm riding a bike and I'm riding it in sandals, and the bike pedals are like wet and slippery, and my foot literally, my foot says, my ankle, this is my ankle. This little rubber part of like your wrist is the ankle, right? I'm riding, so look, this is the pedal. I'm pushing with my foot, and the thing says, and the pedal, which usually moves like that, the pedal says, boom. I hate that injury. Like, I can't tell you how much times I hate that injury. I got that like 3-4 times, and it's so painful, and I hate it, you know. And it's always when I'm pedaling up hills and stuff, or I'm pedaling on a flat area. Like, I'm pedaling in general. You know what I'm saying? This is why I would rather have like a motorcycle or something where I don't have to pedal like that. But even still, motorcycles go faster, which means worse injuries. So yeah, it's just overall dangerous. So those are just a couple bike stories, and yeah.